Hey, what's going on, everyone? John Shea here from the No Shame Income blog. And today I'm going to be giving you guys a review of the Scopeleads software. We're basically just going to be going through this full-on Scopeleads review. I'm going to walk you through the sales page preview that's currently up. At the time of recording this, the actual sales page is not live yet, so I'm going to walk you through the preview that they've got over on the JV page. And then I'm going to basically walk you through the tool. I'm actually going to demo it for you. I've already got beta access. And then I'm going to share with you some awesome bonuses that I'm going to give for anybody that decides to pick up Scopeleads through me. I'm also going to even give you the opportunity to jump on a Skype call with me if you decide to pick up Scopeleads through my link. So this is a really, really awesome tool for people that are looking to essentially go out there and start prospecting through cold email outreach, specifically for SEO or website design, things like that you could be offering services to when it comes to working with clients, local businesses, things like that. So I'm just going to walk you through the sales page. You can see that they kind of have like some filler spots right now for video and things like that they haven't kind of filled out yet. But the idea is that this tool is going to allow you to really just generate leads very, very fast. You're not going to have to spend time doing a lot of this research and putting lists together, Excel sheets, and all this other stuff. This tool really does it all for you. So we'll just walk through the sales page a little bit. This is actually the first time I'm looking at it. But the idea is that the whole thing is really just based around the idea that the creator of the software, Leroy Hayan, has actually gone out there and built a client-based SEO business. I can also give extra props to Leroy because I actually hired him for some personalized coaching. I spent over $2,500 on his coaching, so I was able to get free access to the tool. And I know that he's not like a bullshitter. He's actually doing what he says. He's managed to actually get a lot of high-paying clients. He travels around the world. This is really a truly just extraordinary piece of software when it comes to client SEO and prospecting. So just going through this a little bit more, it talks about quitting your job. Process lets me run my business from anywhere I want. No magic, closing lead after lead after lead. There is a trick. And he talks about going, actually doing manual searches, waiting for the huge list of, prospects to be reeled in, things like that. Entirely different from any lead management tool you have ever seen. It really just goes through. So I'll leave this, up here. The sales page is pretty long. I'm not going to read everything, but pretty much it is as basic as this. You enter your search keyword. You look choose whether or not you're looking for a business that needs help with a specific problem like social media or SEO. You hit search, and then it's going to come back and give you all this data. So they kind of break down, some of the things that they do, all the different targeting, unlimited searches, personalized email marketing. Allows you to connect, track, and close with their built-in CRM, easy data exporting, powerful dashboard, location-specific results. So those are really some of the best pieces all built together. And he just goes on, how much our client's worth and yada yada. Try it out for 30 days for free. Looks like they're going to have a counter here, testimonials. And it looks like that's it. So let's dive right into the tool. So I've logged in. This is what you guys are waiting for. I've already logged in, and you can see this is basically the main dashboard. From the top left, you have dashboard, campaigns, email templates, email sequences, your profile, and then tutorials. So, and then at the top right, you can see notifications. If I do searches and they finish, you can see I've gotten 59 of them, like searches I was even doing today for plumbing niche. And under here you can see my profile. I can go into help, log out. Pretty self-explanatory stuff. You kind of have like a leads dashboard, so based on the leads I generate through the tool, they just sort of track it in here, just kind of a nice little chart. And then you get a breakdown of how many searches you've done, how many emails you've sent, how many have been opened, how many links were clicked. Now depending on how you set this up, one thing that they actually just added into the software is they added the ability to link up Gmail accounts so you could send from Gmail. And if you do that, your tracking will not be available. So that's something to keep in mind. But I chose to just use my personal Gmail. You have the ability to add a company name and a logo, which you could also add on to some audit features that they include inside the tool. So let's just go back to the dashboard. You can see here my recent searches that I've done. And then you can also have email templates that you can use for sending out emails to anyone that you're going to be reaching out to. So let's do this. We're actually going to run a demo campaign. I'm going to go into my campaigns. You can see I can group these by really anything I want. So we could just we'll do a whole brand new campaign. Let's do dentists. And then I could put in a description if I want. For now, I'm not going to. I'm just going to say add. So now I've got a dentist campaign. So this means that I could add searches to this based on whatever I called this. Maybe I could call it home service contractors if I wanted to, and then hit painters, plumbers, and a bunch of different home service based businesses if I chose to. So you can pretty much do whatever you want there. And basically what I want to do is just do a new search. And now I have a few different options. You can find businesses that are lacking a social media presence. SEO lacking, find businesses that have poor SEO based on their rankings in Google for a desired keyword. Schema lacking, this is something that you can incorporate into a website that will help with Google rankings, and you can add review markup, things like that, and that's what schema is. I would say this is probably going to be one of the most likely things that a lot of websites will not have. Many people don't take advantage of it. AdWords, whether or not they're bidding in AdWords, could use some help with advertising. If their website is lacking, they don't have a website at all, or maybe just generally lacking in that department. And then mobile lacking, quickly find sites that are not mobile responsive. So you have a lot of different options here, and then once you pick one of these, you get further options. So I'm going to pick SEO, and we're just going to do the base keyword. I literally just do the same thing as the niche I'm targeting, and I'll just do my local city, Methuen. This is actually where I live, Methuen, Mass. And you have some options here, so you could add a description, but as soon as I hit next, it just brings me to that tab, so you don't have to do it. You can choose to have the email, get the results emailed to you. You could also add a description, so maybe I could just call this like dentists in Methuen. And you can also do what's called a standard or auto, so you can manually inspect and message the leads based on what you get back, or you can automatically send the leads based on an email template or sequence that you pre-select. I don't really recommend doing this because you may find that, especially if you're creating a lot of campaigns, and especially if it's in small towns, you might get duplicate leads coming through, and they do show you that data, and you don't want people getting emailed. And you may want to just kind of vet stuff sometimes with certain niches. Like I was doing a search earlier for HVAC, and I was seeing like oil companies. Might have just picked up something that triggered that, and it wouldn't have really been the kind of lead I was looking for. So I don't recommend doing auto. And once you're done, you just hit finish. And if I go back to my dentist campaign, I just click down here. You can see under the status, it's basically got a little spinning arrow, and it's going to come back eventually and give me some more data. For now, I'll show you one that I completed. Here I did this one like end of July for a painter, same town. And you can see it came back with 16 leads, and it shows me for these, I guess I never sent any mail. So if I actually hit view, I'll show you what data I get back. So now I've got all these different painting companies. I have the business name, their address, their phone number. I have an email address that it pulled, and you can also edit this email. So maybe if this wasn't right, I could hit this edit button and then just enter whatever I want and add them to that. So that's a cool little feature there. I don't know why if I can't click off this. I don't know what's going on. I think my Skype was trying to dial somehow. I thought it was a phone number. But yeah, then from here I can hit visit, so I can go right to their website. So here I can see like this is a super old website. I mean, this is a perfect candidate for me to go after. And you've even got an email address. That's probably where it got it from. So I can close that, and then from here I can also run an audit, which this is really cool. If you hit run audit, this thing's gonna crank. It's super fast. It'll come back with kind of a generic audit. I'll show you what this looks like. You get a very basic on-page audit. You get audit prepared for the domain. A page speed load test gives you some ideas there, some suggestions. Mobile page speed, mobile page usability, suggestions for mobile. It finds, if you've gotten shares on like Facebook, Google, and Twitter, and then whether or not you have any presence on some of these platforms based on what it found on the website. And then if it found a sitemap and robots text. So it's pretty basic, but then at the bottom it just says, hey, call me now. And at the very top here, you can click on create public link. And he actually registered this domain, this auditmy.site. and you can just hit the copy button or hit visit, and this will show you what it looks like. So it's all built right into this landing page that's unique. So this is actually something that was just created for this client, and I could now take this link and paste it into an email when I send them a prospecting email. So I'll show you how that works next. In fact, we're going to do it live. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm actually just going to right click on my browser, hit back, and we'll take our painter lead. And you can see now that I've run the audit, I get the view audit here, so that means I know that I've run the audit. I also get social presence, so it's not picking up like Facebook or Twitter or anything. And then my next option here would be to hit email. I could also select multiple people. You can see if I wanted to email multiple people. I could also delete the lead, or I'm just going to email them. Now, this is the really cool part. You have the ability to set up templates that you can have pre-selected. So I've got one here for plumber SEO, but I could actually use this one for any niche I want. It just has an example of a plumbing company in it. I could also choose to open a new email compose, so I could just type the email from scratch and then check the spam score. You have kind of your little editor here. Here's your title, and then you can just hit send. You do have to also check the spam score before sending the email, so that's really good that they do have you verify that and make sure it's not going to be spammy in terms of what's going out for the content. If we hit back, we can also set up a sequence where basically this could be a whole series of different things that happen. So maybe they get this email, and then based on them opening it, we could add another email and like send it a day later. We could say the prospect did not open the previous email. They did open the previous email. They opened the previous email but did not click on a link. They opened the previous email and they did click on a link. So this could be something like where maybe if my email goes out, they open it and then they actually click on the audit. That's obviously my link. And then they don't call me or they don't email me back. I could send them another email and say like, hey, I'm curious. What did you think of what I sent you? Like a follow up. So you could have this come in like 2 or 3 days later, and this would automatically follow up with your prospect. This is really one of the coolest features of the software. I haven't really played around with this much, but it's very self-explanatory. You just pick these options, and then you can continue adding emails too. So you could have, this could go out 5 days later, whatever the case. You could really have like a whole chain of emails that could go out. So that's what that's for. Let's actually send a demo email. I'll show you what I would send. We'll do email. I'm going to pick my plumber SEO template, and I'll read you a template that I used. I actually got this template from a course called Local SEO Shark. This guy Tom actually created this template, and I just sort of tweaked it to my own liking. So I just have a subject line, reaching out, very vague. My name is John Shea. I'm writing you because I don't cold call businesses. As a local Methuen business owner myself, I know how busy life gets, and one more phone call that you didn't expect doesn't help. So obviously I'm starting this out like, hey, I'm a local guy. I'm not just some like guy in India or something like trying to hit you up. Let me get straight to the point. I help businesses get more calls. I promise it's not like the people who say they work at Google. And then I share a result of someone that's doing well that I've actually ranked for plumber in North Andover, a surrounding city. And basically give that as an example. So this is pretty generalized. I mean, obviously it's a plumbing company, but it doesn't matter. I'm just showing them, hey, this is someone I got really good results for. They ranked #1 in the maps and #1 in the organic top 10. And I said, hey, would you be interested in a 30-minute phone call? And then here is where I link in the audit. I just say, see your audit here. I'll grab that link, paste that, and now I've got a link. And that's really all I have to do to edit this. It's got my cell phone and everything right in here. I'll just say, hey, if I'm busy, if you call me, I'm busy. I have to check the spam score. It's always going to come back good because I've already tested it. And then I just hit send. And after a couple seconds, this tool is actually going to update, and you can see that it shows sent. And then my status up here shows 1 email sent. Now the next portion you can do is, let's say this guy actually emails me back. The tool isn't going to know that. Maybe I close him down. I build him a new website. I could say update status. And now I can actually choose kind of a mini CRM here. I could say like, I need to follow up. I won the deal. The opportunity is lost, or the contact responded. So maybe I got a response from him. And then I can just hit update status, and this kind of gives me an idea of where it's at. This is probably one portion of the tool that I'm not super happy with. I actually told Lior about this, and he added it in based on my suggestion when I was kind of like beta testing the original version. And it's definitely something that could be improved upon. I mean, I can mark this as like one deal, and I guess it just kind of stays there if I want. Obviously, as I go through, I mean, if I close this, it's not too bad, I suppose, kind of having this here like this and just being able to have this. I would like the ability to maybe be able to add notes and things. That is one thing that I think would be definitely cool here. Like, yeah, I spoke with so-and-so and yada, yada, and, whatever the case. So ideally, that's what this is going to be used for, just kind of a mini CRM. There is no export feature at the moment. He really doesn't want people like leaving the system and using other CRMs. He wants this to be like the sole place that people stay and use as like their prospecting, tool. So that's pretty much it. I can then go through and then just start hitting up more people. So now I get this guy like Brian Ford. I could do the same thing, run the audit, however I want. I could build sequences. I could download these, and I could even choose to email everyone at once. However I want to do it, I can do it. Now, the other thing you get up here at the top left, pretty much same deal. I can go in and check my email templates. So I could edit these as needed, add new ones. I can edit my sequences. Profile, we already checked that out. And then tutorials, I believe they're going to be adding more here, but there is kind of a quick start and, a good video on how to avoid spam. You don't want people like spamming in here and stuff. Here my dentist search finished, so I'm going to go back to that. You can see I got 39 leads, so now I have all these dentists local here in Methuen. Dr. Stephen, Charles, David, Davis, Family Dental. So you got all kinds of stuff going on in here. I basically have a lot of different options. Pretty much run the same setup. I could make a specific template that caters to dentists. I could check out their sites, like see what these guys have going on. The site's not terrible, but it's not great. So this is just really awesome stuff. It would take a really long time to dig up all this information. And that's going to be the biggest advantage of the tool. So I hope you like this walkthrough. Obviously, you will have to get creative. I know just kind of walking through the group, they do have a whole Facebook group like dedicated to this. I believe it's going to be one of the upgrades. You'll be able to get access to a Facebook group where you can come in and like work with other members, and there's lots of people sharing videos and tips and like statistics of things that they're doing, like, hey, I'm getting this kind of open rate, or I saw someone post another video the other day like, hey, I'm getting a 40% higher open rate, things like that. Now, one thing I want to mention before we kind of finish up the video is if you decide to buy Scopeleads through my link, I'm going to give you an insane SEO bonus. I'm actually going to give you access to all of my SEO courses that I have that I value well over $300 in SEO courses here. It's actually more, probably like $400 or $500. And I have more courses I'm going to be adding to this over at nicheseoagency.com. I've got a course on keyword research, do-it-yourself local SEO, setting up your Google My Business page, how to create audits for your clients. This is perfect for this course because if you're really, really good at running audits, you could basically blow people away when you actually get them on the phone. How to get clients. This kind of talks about all kinds of other tools and methods you can do in addition to Scopeleads. And then this is my flagship course, How to Start Your Own Web Design and SEO Agency. This really walks you through like A to Z, everything you need to know to really get started. So if you're someone just going out there and like prospecting and you really have no clue like how to get started, I just really cover all the basics in the most simple way. This course is actually over 8 hours long, and it includes a ton of content. It's got an interview in there with an agency owner who's really successful, based out of California. Some really awesome stuff. I would basically be giving you access to all these courses with a free coupon. And then on top of that, I would also give you a 30-minute call with me on Skype. You can pick my brain about SEO. I have actually closed clients for as much as $2,500 a month. So I could share, tips and advice and some of those things that you might be able to pick my brain on. So again, if you're really into, client SEO and this is something you're interested in, I highly do recommend Scopeleads. I've used a lot of different tools. One last thing I'll even show you, this SEO client course, I actually talk about all these different methods, and included in this course, I talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's about 6 or 7 different tools that I actually talk about that are very similar to Scopeleads, but they really do not come anywhere close in comparison. So Scopeleads is really going to be like your ultimate lead generation tool, whereas some of these other tools like Maps Mentor, it doesn't even work. I was actually trying to use it today. Some of these tools no longer work, and Scopeleads really just kind of dominates this market for, when it comes to pulling data and prospecting and sending emails and all this other stuff with cold email. You don't have to go like upload a massive list to MailChimp and like do all this stuff manually and just waste all this time. So again, you'll get my bonuses, you'll get the Skype call with me, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, send me a message. I'll be happy to help. Hope you guys enjoyed this demo and this overview, this review of Scopeleads. I'm really excited to have people come on board and start using this tool. Thanks again.